Hello viewers, Flash Motorsport here, and today we're going to have a look at the M3 spec races. First of all, we have to buy the car, so we're going to buy the M3 pure white, because I don't think I have a choice in the colour. Anyway, we're going to start off in P9, because that's the back of the grid and I didn't even qualify. What I really wanted to see was where I stacked up in the pack, how the car drove and everything like that, and for some reason it started off in neutral. It's because I was messing with the gear stick on my steering wheel, and I put it into neutral, and it started to race off in neutral. So that's a good start already. And lucky enough, I'm already making a place. No, I'm not. Well, thought that counts, I guess. Thought that counts. But this is where I'm looking at the penalty system again, as well as how everybody else drives and their penalties along with it. Just keeping an eye on how the system is working. I do manage to get myself a penalty right here for going off track, trying to avoid a numpty in front of me. Nothing like a 0.8 second penalty, even in lap 1. One thing I must say about this car in general, there's no tuning or nothing you could do with this car besides adjusting the tyre pressures. I reduced the rear tyre pressures to try and get a bit more grip on the rear end, because this car is light on the back. And I mean, no matter what I did, the back end just wanted to step out. And there are some corners where you can hold it and it is really nice. And then there's some other corners where you're getting a nice little slide out and then suddenly it snaps on you and you're facing the wrong way. So I do my best to try and avoid the tail out situation. I think in reality this would have been more of a controller car because you can control it much better. Some of the drivers you'll see on here in the races to come really get it sideways and hold it really well, and it's something I can't do with that. Anyway, as we're coming through these corners, I'm in third gear, just taking it steadily, holding the throttle on a little bit, try and keep the balance of the car even and not let the weight go into the front wheels too much so I don't lose the back end. Coming through here, braking just before the curb, down to second gear, up through here as fast as you can, cut in the curbs as much as you can, and into third gear. Looking out for that car there, just passing them. That is another place gained. I'm already in P6, letting off through here. The back end is pretty stable right now, but I notice coming through here in fourth gear down the next corner now, letting the back end step out a little bit, rub that little curb, and it glides in quite well. Although I am still a little bit twitchy, it is coming through quite nicely, and there we are in P3. Incredible, absolutely incredible. The first time in this car. But coming down through here, trying to lay the car as flat as I can, not let it step out. And as you can see, as soon as you touch a curb or anything like that, that back end just wants to give up, I swear I need some lead bricks in the boot or something like that, because I've got to get this back end stable. It's not nice to have a very loose back end. I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I get a little nudge from the back end because my back end is very loose. But yeah, they don't get a penalty for touching me. Oh my gosh, it's not getting any better for me right now. Oh dear. Anyway, coming down through here, I'm trying different gears to see if I can maximize the grip of the rear of the car. Trying different gears to reduce the wheel spin or reduce the wheel drag when I'm slowing down as well. So coming through here, looking at the 200 marker, braking hard right down to third gear, and then letting off and let it coast through, and then pull off a little bit through the straight bit, and then accelerate a little bit more out the other side. As you can see, I'm starting to make little gains here of the car in front, although they are a little bit quicker than me. Again, like I said, the revs are low, but I'm trying to reduce the wheel drag and wheel spin coming through the corners. So coming down here now, look on your left hand side just before the curb starts, brake hard down to second gear and up over the curbs. You can really abuse these curbs, and up the hill we go. As we come up to the end of our final lap, I did lose that place to the car behind me, but all is not lost. As we're coming down these next two corners here, we do have a 9 second lead to the cars behind. As we're about to come over the start finish line, we've got a ghosted car. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't have a ghosted car. I mean, seriously, Forza, sort that out. The car wasn't even going the same speed as me. Why unghost him right in front of me when I'm behind? And lucky enough, I got that position, so I'm on the podium. Go me. That was just luck. Oh, they had a 1 second penalty as well. On to the next race. We're at Maple Valley. It's a very short circuit, this one. I've never done this short version of the track before, and it was actually quite a good track to run, although it was, I think, a little bit too short. We do have 10 laps of it though, and as you can see, I picked the most popular colour in the lobby. Oh my gosh, everybody is in the same colour. There's one or two that actually did go out and have a respray, but coming through here, as you can see, I'm getting it just nice. A few people are getting a bit twitchy and it's going a little bit wide. It's hard to try and keep the back end stepped in the right position, but coming through here, I'm losing it as well a little bit. But I'm keeping it in the third gear, making some gains really, because I did start pretty much at the back of the pack again due to not qualifying. Coming through here, second gear, up the hill we go. See a few going off track. I take the inside, and coming through here, I'll get a bit close to the M3 to my left hand side, but all is not lost. They gained that position back. They were a little bit quicker than me through there. That little bump through there is very twitchy, so you have to be mindful of that, and you'll see that later in the video. Braking down to fourth gear, leaving it in fourth gear through here. Again, I'm trying to reduce that wheel spin and things like that. But I think fourth gear was quite a little sweet spot coming through here. I got an avoidable contact warning for contact that was pretty much my fault, to be fair. I'll take that one. Again, like I say, in fourth gear, trying to reduce that tail coming out. As soon as you're over that little dry spot on the track that you saw there, down to second gear, coming through here, and as we go up the hill, start accelerating, and keep to your left hand side. And this is the little twitchy spot I'm on about just now. So you come down here and it is a bit, the camber of the road goes a bit iffy. So if you're not in the right gear and have the car stable, the back end will snap on you and come round. Skipping ahead to the start of lap 9, not much has really happened. Besides, we made a few gains on a few players. We're now in P4 position. I've got the car pretty mapped out quite well now. Coming through here in fourth gear, reduces that back end coming out. And holding it in fourth gear, feathering that throttle, trying to keep the weight as balanced as possible. And then as we come over here now, get a little bit of tail out, look at the line, and then braking down the second gear. Take it as tight as you can, following that little white line on your right hand side and accelerate up the hill. What I have noticed is when we go through that little weird camber point, go into fourth gear, I know the revs are low, but it really keeps this car stable. And then as we keep going over the start and finish line, you can see I'm already beating my best lap time already there, which is absolutely brilliant. Slowing down to about 80 miles per hour, 75, 80, and then letting it coast around, feathering the throttle whilst sort of gaining in speed as well. Keep to your right hand side, but do not touch that pit exit because your back end will step out. As you see now, coming through here, about 90 miles per hour, 95, give or take, letting it coast round, whilst also keeping a bit of speed up. Look at that dry spot, down to second gear, nice and tight through there, and up the hill we go. I am 6 seconds away from the lead, and they have a 3.1 second penalty, but luckily enough I got P4, so I can't really grumble at that. I'm not on the podium, but I'm one step away from it, so to me, starting from the back of the pack to now, absolutely brilliant race. On to Suzuka, one of my favourite tracks. It's quite a technical track, and it's going to be really interesting with a vehicle as twitchy as this thing. So as we start off again, we do start pretty much rear end of the pack. There wasn't many people in this lobby again, so there was what, 3 behind me. Yeah, so I'm already gained a position now from the start line, so I'm in P5. I'm going to keep to the right hand side. Everybody's going to dive in a little bit like that. I'm going to go down to third gear through here and let it coast round. You can see the back end's already stepping out now, and as we accelerate through here, I'm in P4. So I made 2 places already up to now, which is absolutely brilliant. And I'm thinking, do I need to be in fourth gear through all of this? Because it is quite low in the rev range, fourth gear, and it is down on power due to the revs being so low. But the car is stable, and that's what really matters. Team Coke is in front of me now. I've raced them many times before, and to be fair, seems a very good racing driver, and it's good to see them out of the touring car series and the BMW series like we are now. Like I say, the reason I've got the car in a lower rev range and everything like that, speed and going through a corner sideways and fun is not always the fastest. Trying to keep the car as stable as possible. It might be slower, but you come out the corner faster, and then it does seem to win overall. Braking just before the 50 board, down to fourth gear and let it coast through, and then down to third gear. You can see the back end really stepping out here, And as we follow up Team Coke again, we go over to the right hand side and into 4th gear and through the curbs here. I've got the BMW J Norths right behind me. Coke has gone off the track. That gives me podium. So I just got to hold on to it now and not mess up, to be fair, which is easier said than done. As you can see, I'm already switching on the car now. J North is to my right hand side, so I've got to give him a bit of space. And looking over here, cutting the curb, and then down to 3rd gear, letting it coast through here as gently as you can. And as soon as you see that second pit entrance, power on and out the other side. We're going to skip ahead to the start of lap 7. I have gained another position. J North is still behind me. Defending actually really well, and I think more in the element of frustration to J North as well, because they are faster through the corners than I am, but I am much quicker out of the straights. So looking up the inside again, they're trying to make a move, and I'm not going to fight them too much because, let's say, through here they are a little bit quicker than me, and I'm probably being a bit overly cautious. I can go a little bit quicker, but I have created a situation where Utopian Duke is also up our back end, so I'm hoping that them two will fight and I can slowly sneak away and keep hold of P2 position. As coming through here, I've worked out 3rd gear is probably a bit better. It's not as unstable as 4th gear, but I am coming through the corners much quicker. You see, I'm going as tight as I can, as steady as I can, and accelerating out, and see how much quicker I'm out of that corner compared to everybody else. I'm 0.8 seconds away from the car behind, and J North got a 0.8 second penalty. I'm not too sure what that was for. I didn't see him cut a corner. But anyway, braking just before the 50 board into 4th gear, letting it coast around, and then down to 3rd gear, and then take this corner as tight as you can. You can see now they're catching up to me again. Like I said, they are faster through these corners than I am. I'm keeping it in 3rd gear, letting it coast through, rubbing the curbs as much as you can. Try and keep the car straight, whilst also maximising the use of the track. Coming up through here, J North is really creeping up behind me now, and this is where things go a little bit weird, and I don't know why the player decided to do this move. But as we're coming over the line now, they give me a little nudge and they scrape up the inside. Now, you're not going to be 0.8 seconds faster than me through here, so I don't understand the need to force your way through when now you have a 3-second penalty. So he would have got podium and now he doesn't, you know, all because of that ram and cut through, where if he stayed behind with a 0.8 second penalty, they would have got podium position. On to Silverstone. We are hitting all the races today. Now, I didn't qualify again, pretty much quite up the back end of the pack, if not the last, note, 8th place. Not many people here, but a few more people have coloured their cars, which is quite nice. So I'm not the only. There's 1, 2, 3 cars that's got some liveries on. Coming through here, a little bit of door banging left and right. Everybody's getting a bit close. First corner shenanigans are always the best. Coming through here, it's pretty much like the touring cars. Hit that curb, braking down to 2nd gear, and take it as tight as you can, without being nudged around like you do. The NMAS3, I don't know what happened, but me and that player did not get along. Not too sure why. I mean, obviously through the first corner I got touched and then I went into the side of them. Second corner they dive bombed through, so I'm dive bombing back. Coming through here, cutting that track like an idiot and getting myself a 0.5 second track penalty. They're on the right hand side and pretty much pushed me off the track. I spin out and that is that lot lost. Absolute plum. So I am not letting this go dry. I'm going to go on the hunt. Because you know what? I want to see how this penalty system really works. Because I got off track, which is fair enough. You know, that is my own fault for going off the track and really cutting the corner and gaining time. Coming through here, like I say, I'm going to be a bit quicker. I haven't got anybody to fight around like they have. So it's basically a game of chase in the mouse. Caught up to the start of lap 4. Well, coming up to the start of lap 4, I am much quicker. They did do an awesome slide through that last hand corner, which obviously slowed them down, and I'm going up the inside through here. Looking at what's going to happen, I decided, nope, do you know what, I'm backing out. I don't like the way this is going, and they go a little bit wide. I do give the BMW a little nudge to my left hand side. Sorry about that, buddy. and we're all going up through here like anything now. Looking to the left hand side for where that curb starts, braking it down to second gear. Again, see, NMAS3 gives me a touch on the right hand side. To be fair, by the time I caught up to them, I did calm down a little bit and not want to put them back off, but nothing like reigniting a flame right now, is there? So coming down through here, I'm in P8, besides Mr. Natterjack, who did not finish. And yeah, I don't know what happened there, but like I say, the back end of those cars are quite twitchy, and lucky enough I don't get a penalty for that. NMAS3 decides, you know what, I'm going to look beautiful right now and create an awesome slide. Which to their loss right now, because I'm catching up to him. This is the difference between defending and blocking. That's one move. I move over to the other side. That's two moves. And they come back over again, and they meet the wall. Let's have a slow-mo replay of what just happened. Here is one defensive move, which they're allowed to do, so I go over to the side. They are then allowed to go back to the racing line, which I let them. I'll go back to the right, but they come back over to me again, which then meets my front end, and they go and meet the wall. Now, if you saw, like the car was straight and true on that when they came back over in front of me. I did not move the wheel over to the left hand side or anything like that. The car was straight. As we're on our final lap now, we are in P5 position. Still have a 0.5 second penalty, so I didn't get a penalty for having that car being punted off and or any other penalties in between. Coming through here now, we've got Crazy Caleb behind. They're trying to make a move. To be fair, Crazy Caleb's a pretty good driver, though. Pretty much similar in pace, was quite around each other. I have obviously had a better exit out of that corner than they did. Looking out for the 200 board on the right hand side, braking down to third gear, rubbing that in the curb, and then coming back over to your right hand side. Going a little bit deep here, going a bit brave, and looking if I don't get an off track warning for that. I must have been just in there. Coming around in second gear, accelerating out of the corner, and really abusing that rev range as well. I've noticed that sometimes if you get the revs right up there, I was quicker than the other cars. I was really creeping up on them. So really abusing that rev range makes a whole lot of difference. And that was P5-1. Welcome to Eagle Rock Speedway. Now, I've never done this track before, and I expected it to be bigger than what it was. It was actually a very, very small track. 11 laps on here, and with a little bit of a thing in between. So it's not just an oval. But it is quite technical, really, because when you go through the outer part of the oval, you've got to be mindful of what gear you're in, how fast you're going, and making sure that back end doesn't step out on the vehicle again, because as you can see, Pal Maru in front is having a little bit of fun. This is where things got a lot more interesting. I forgot that there was this little bus stop moment, and I forgot to brake, so I came plowing in. That is how you test the penalty system right there. I am so sorry, everybody. That was generally a mistake, because I was watching everything that was going on around me and totally forgot that, yeah, you should brake. You gave me a 2.25 second penalty, which is not bad, because really I gained a position. Oh, I'm in P14 now with 2.25 second penalty and totally tested that penalty system. Coming through here, there we are. That's P13 gained. The problem is now, because the penalty is so large, if I do gain positions, I've got to make sure I gain them more than enough. 2 seconds ahead from the person behind to keep hold of that position. But coming through here, as you can see, now I've discovered that just after that tarmac goes black, braking down to third gear, rubbing in the curb, down to second gear for this little bit here. Again, more door banging and shoes, but I don't get the penalties or any penalty for a bit more door banging, which I can't really grumble about. I'm now in P8 position, which is absolutely incredible, really. I'm not the only one that's got a penalty. Mikkel has got a 3.35, so they've beat me hands down on the penalty gains. And Ludwig has a 1 second penalty. Coming through here, I discovered you've got to do about 105 through here in fourth gear. I came in a little bit quick and a little bit all over the shop, so Mikkel managed to gain that position back. But yeah, you're looking about 100 miles per hour in fourth gear. Down to second gear through here, over the curb, accelerate, and then dive through here. Again, more door banging and shoes. I don't think I hit the green car in front, but if I did, because I got rear-ended and I punted that car, but I didn't hear the second contact, and because I already had a contact squarely up at the top, I don't know if I hit that person. So if I did hit you, Ludwig, Mikkel, that is sorry, mate. Wasn't my fault. Coming over through here, We are now braking down to about 104 miles per hour, 105. You can hold the throttle on about halfway. Try and keep your speed up. Rub this inside the line. Don't go over that line because, like I said, the back end will step out. Seeing that black tarmac, braking down to second gear or third gear, and then second gear through here. Again, making a good bit of time up, and I think that was my strong point through that little bus stop moment, because I was really making gains on everybody else through there. Coming around here, so you can accelerate full throttle through here to about 105 miles per hour, and then let off a little bit. Try and keep the car stable, and not like Ludwig is in front, and accelerate again through here. As you're coming through here, before you hit the corner, braking down to about 105 miles per hour, and then keep on the inside. Again, I should have broke a little bit earlier through there. Looking out for the dark patch on the tarmac you'll see coming up just now. Braking down to third gear, through the inside part, and then down to second gear for the next corner. Coming out, to keep it in second gear, reduce the wheel spin, and up we go. You see I'm making massive gains on the cars in front. Part of lap 11, we are now in P4 position, and you see Burn to be Wild 196 is 2.7 seconds away. Now I need to keep them that distance away to be able to hold a P4 position, which is what I'm hoping to do without sliding around like a numpty. Anyway, I lost a lot of time through because of that, so let's try and claw that back as we're going through our last part of the corner. 2.8 seconds away. Oh well, that was quickly clawed it back. Obviously some shenanigans that happened behind that I'm not a party of. And as we cross the finish line, we have got P4 position. That is the end of the races. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.